Just once, I want this to be easy. Only the organized pirate will pass. I wonder if the parrot had anything to do with the eye.
Oh.
It looks like a piece of 8, but made of stone. I can relate. I'm naming it Captain Squint. It's one of those stone pieces of 8. It's one of those stone pieces of 8. It looks proud to be a monkey. Yep, it's made of stone. Yep, it's made of stone. Only the organized pirate will pass.
Yep, no living that way. Looks like he should be holding something. Interesting. Anything else? I do like that it changes the description of the horse armor.
I'm pretty sure horses don't like lava.
Okay, where's my monocle? There we go. We'll try the... knife. Let's give him the crackers. Let's give him the cup. Lovely.
LeChuck! The secret will never be yours!
I hate solving puzzles more than I hate Threepwood!
The secret will never be yours!
Huh? Threepwood, won't you ever give up and just go home?
Once is a coincidence, twice is suspicious. It's one of those stone pieces of 8.
I wonder if I need 8 of them.
Only the observant pirate will pass. Those epaulets deserve a room of their own.
No.
The clever eyes put this one above the rank and file. That's why I assume first swab. The clever eyes put this one above the rank and file. That's why I assume first swab. Cheer up, little guy. You'll go far.
Captain Monkey Beard. Observant. First swab.
Cheer up, little guy. You'll go far.
I've got some onboarding material. No. One. Two. Two.
The clever eyes put this one above. Cheer up, little guy. You'll go far.
I'm missing a coin. That's clever.
Those epaulets deserve a room of their own.
So, one.
Well, I've only got one coin left. Yep, it's made of stone.
Two.
The clever eyes put this one above the rank and file. That's why I assume first swab.
And you get two as well, but one of them's gold. Maybe I should be looking for some sort of agile clue about numbers.
Those epaulets deserve a room of their own.
Something in the room like the mushrooms. There's some sort of clue here I'm not seeing. Maybe it's these. So that goes two. There's a one. There's four. Nah, there's stuff in this room as well. We'll see if I've missed any stones up here. That's interesting, you can take the stuff back. Also, I forgot this coin here.
It's one of those stone pieces of 8.
Wow. 1, 1, 2. One, two. One, two, three. There we go. Get my coins back. I'm heading down.
LeChuck, the secret is mine.
You really do suck at puzzles, don't you?
How are you still alive?
You will never have the secret.
I will soon have my revenge.
Then you will forever be cursed.
And you will never escape.
You will vanish with no tails.
No, I will return. Third time be a charm, Threepwood.
I enjoyed that she Naruto ran into that room.
I keep my voice down.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you keep telling him that you're there.
Only the bloodthirsty pirate will pass. There's no way I'm getting through there. It looks like its arm is hurt. It looks like its leg is hurt.
Yeah, so you were supposed to realize you could pick the stuff back up at this point.
This is going to be a problem.
Uh,
That didn't seem to do anything. There's no way I'm getting through there.
Huh. Are we in a Disney ride? Let's take a swig.
I don't think bloodthirsty is meant to be taken literally. At least I hope not.
Lovely.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Oh.
Wow.
Numbers. Oh, that's funny. Oh, some 3D. Yeah, it was a 3D block. Monkey Island 1 had an anti-piracy measure, and it was that you had to line up the faces in the pages of the manual.
So long, Captain Madison. This is like one of those mystery stories where the person has so many enemies the detectives don't know where to start. One of the stone slabs from the altar seems to have fallen off during the rumbling.
And that's what that is. Okay.
Hi, I'm working due east of the lake and due south of Camp.
Ooh. Did I do all those? There's a lot of dates. Okay.
I don't want to close any more possible escape routes. So long, Captain Madison. Here's some writing on it. After 4 extra years out at sea, their peg legs grew weak in the knees. 3 steps right, but 2 left, till they fell off the deck, and they met Davy Jones for some tea. After all I've been through, finding some limericks on a piece of stone sinking into the lava isn't all that strange. After 4 extra years out at sea, their peg legs grew weak in the knees. 3 steps right, but 2 left, till they fell off the deck, and they met Davy Jones for some tea.
Okay. Let's get the whiteboard out. Yeah, brief second.
After 4 extra years out at sea, their peg legs grew weak in the knees. 3 steps right, but 2 left, till they fell off the deck, and they met Davy Jones for some tea.
432. Oops. Oh, hang on. Cool, I found the top of the hat. It's got a 1 on the top. Then it's like an eye and some lips. That's 1550. Cool. I have no idea what that stone slab thing means. Then it's that one. Then it's 1550. So I've got to go all the way through it because
I don't want to close any more possible escape routes.
I'm not sure why they didn't work.
guessing.
Oh. 1550. Mouth. Okay, so I'm going to assume that this is the rest of the puzzle here.
After 4 extra years out at sea, their peg legs grew weak in the knees. 3 steps right, 2 left, till they fell off the deck, and they met Davy Jones for some tea.
One more time.
After 4 extra years out at sea, their peg legs grew weak in the knees. 3 steps right, but 2 left, till they fell off the deck, and they met Davy Jones for some tea.
So hopefully the next one is 1554. It isn't. 2, 3. Okay. Sorry, yawning. 3 right, 2 left. Oh no, I'm not understanding this puzzle.
One of the stone slabs from the altar. After 4 extra years out at sea, their peg legs grew weak in the knees. 3 steps right, but 2 left, till they fell off the deck, and they met Davy Jones for some tea. After 4 extra years out at sea, their peg legs grew weak in the knees. 3 steps right, but 2 left, till they fell off the deck, and they met Davy Jones for some tea. One of the stone slabs from after 4 extra years out at sea, their peg legs grew weak in the knees. 3 steps right, but 2 left, till they fell off the deck, and they met Davy Jones for some tea.
That could mean so many things. Like, I get the numbers 432. No, I got that bit. I've already done that. Yes. Oh, okay. Wait, what? So 1550. Eyeball, well, mouth, sorry. That face. Oh. No. Then I don't understand why this hasn't worked. Yeah, sorry, use the etchings along with the limerick. That's, yeah, I know that. That's all stuff I've figured out already. I just don't know how to use the limerick.
After 4 extra years out at sea, their peg
4.
legs grew weak in the knees. 3 steps right, but 2 left.
Okay, okay.
They fell off the deck, and they met Davy Jones for some tea.
You know what? There is an order. This is 1. So that is 4. That is 3. And that is 2. That's the order, I think. So maybe I just click this 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. This 3 times. 1, 2, 3. This twice. Okay.
One of the stone slabs from the altar. After 4 extra,
4 extra.
years out at sea, their peg legs grew weak in the knees. 3 steps right, but 2 left, till they fell off the deck.
Okay.
They met Davy Jones for some tea.
We'll try this again. So, 4 extra, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I want this to be 3 right. Which wouldn't matter, it's going to send it to the same place. 1, 2, 3. Whereas this wants to be 2 left. So, not 1550, but the one before it? Well, I've tried those. That's 1. I know it's 1 because there's a little 1 on the hat. So I assumed that was 2 and that was 3.
After 4 extra years out at sea, their peg legs grew weak in the knees. 3 steps right, but 2 left, till they fell off the deck, and they met Davy Jones for some tea.
I'm sorry, I'm not getting it. No, I saw all that already. I don't understand how you applied the limerick. I did that. I thought I literally, this is literally what I did. 3, 2, hang on. Outer. Out. In. 3, 2, 4. One, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Alright, sorry about that. That was just me being dumb, I guess. Hang on, so I appear to have gotten the order mixed up that I did it, because so if you see where my notes are, I did 4. It's reversed right now. I did 4, 2, 3 instead of 4, 3. You can see there what I did. Either way, little bit grumpy about that. I would have liked to have done that, but like...
Huh? What?
Of course it's there! Haha!
Mushroom and lava-ridden caves under Monkey Island, and now I'm... Oh no. Not yet. Score! Free popcorn. Must have locked when I came out. The windows are just pasted on, and they're not even straight.
Glad you finally made it, kid.
What, Stan?
It's closing time and everyone wants to go home.
Last chance to hand over the key, locksmith.
What do you mean it's closing time? I just got here.
No, I don't have time for this. I'm late for an important meeting. Take my keys and shut off all the lights before you leave. I'm not liable for anything that happens after closing time.
It's a fairground round.
Are you ready to go?
Last chance to hand over the key, locksmith.
I didn't do anything this time. I was framed.
Nabbit, it's locked. If only there was a key. That was disappointingly easy. I wonder what's going on. Dang, Stan makes LeChuck better every time.
The secret is mine.
Nice twist adding in Madison, Trent, and Lila. The team up had me fooled for a while.
The secret is mine.
He looks like a flooring inspector.
Each time I come here, Stan really ups the challenge. But it's still LeChuck 0, Guybrush Threepwood 6.
The secret is mine.
Well, back to my boring flooring inspector job. Until next time. Well, back to my boring flooring inspector job. Until next time. Score! Free popcorn.
Where's the key?
Interesting. I found the secret of Monkey Island, and all it was this stupid picture.
That's a joke from the first game.
Fish. We have fresh fish.
Let's turn the lights off.
The switch is locked.
So I should mention, Monkey Island was inspired by, is it Disney? It's the it's sort of, I've forgotten what it's called. Yeah, it's the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. It was literally inspired by the original Pirates of the Caribbean ride. The dog in the second game is like in the ride apparently. So this is what this is hearkening to. Also, the end of Monkey Island 2 sort of went this direction as well. The ending that everyone hated. Let's read the plaque.
Historic landmark. The original secret, a pirate adventure park. Established 1989 by R. Gilbert.
There you go.
I got the secret.
You finally did it. I hope it was worth it.
I'm gonna have to think about that. I'm not sure where I am all of a sudden.
You're right here with me. But we shouldn't stick around too long.
I was just underground on Monkey Island, and now we're on Melee?
Things just go by in a blur sometimes when you're having fun, don't they?
How'd it go with Flair?
Let's just say I made my point.
I think he got the point.
How did you get here before me?
You know I always try to stay a step ahead.
Have you done something new with your hair?
Got ruffled in the fight.
I like it. I'm ready to go.
Good. Me too.
Dad, that was a silly ending, and it didn't even make any sense. You're terrible at endings.
I thought you liked silly endings. You and Chucky play the ending of Monkey Island 2 really silly.
That's different. We're kids, and we're just goofing around. You're the one who said you can't just change things. You said that's not how storytelling works.
I did?
I want to know the secret. You have to tell me what you really found in the chest.
No, I'm never clicking that button.
Whoa, I wasn't making anything up. That was what really happened.
Mom, Dad won't tell me what the secret is.
Are you filling our son's head with your outlandish stories again?
I was telling him the one about how we found the secret of Monkey Island.
Oh, that one. Every time you tell that story, the ending gets stranger and stranger. Let's go down to the docks and watch the galleon head out.
Yay!
Yay!
I found the lost map to the treasure of Maya Island. It's going to be a fun adventure.
Yay!
I'll meet you down there.
There we go. Oh, not that one. I'm not really sure I wanted the game to make me sad. Like, I'm not sure that's the reason I buy games. So thanks a lot for that, Monkey Island. But I did enjoy it. Even if I had to look up the hint. I mean, I had the right idea. I just had two of the numbers mixed up. But I hate using the hints. It always invalidates what I've done. I like these little bonus things as well. I was like saying to people at work, like, I get it. I get the idea of writing the story of going, you can never go back. It's 20 years have passed. But like, I don't know if you've seen Psychonauts 2, but that's set the next day. They didn't need to make a point about how we can never go home again. I get that they could, there's nothing. The secret couldn't possibly be anything worthwhile. Maybe there'll be a video after this, but I'm guessing it'll be a joke video. So I'm watching an anime called One Piece, which is also about pirates, which is about finding a treasure called the One Piece, and like he's literally gone out his way to say it's not the friends we made along the way. So I very much enjoyed that being included as a joke, because it's always like, oh, please don't be that. And honestly, it's sort of saying, of course there isn't a secret, because what could it possibly be? And then just doing the same joke ending as the second game, because, it's just games in it. But yeah. I enjoyed it. And this is an awkwardly lengthed stream though, because I've been putting them on the YouTubes at an hour long each. And like, if it's an hour and 10 minutes, that's an hour. Or if it's an hour and 50 minutes, then you can cut that in half. You can have... But this is... it's going to be the last episode, so we might as well just... Hang on, that'd be better, thank you, as well. Oh, there's Jennifer Hale. I should have been looking at the names better. German cast. Since this might go on a while then. But yes, I of course have the YouTubes. And the Twitch, youtube.com/c/Johnstruct and twitch.tv/Johnstruct. I have a Discord, which is... I don't have a button for it, but if you go to my Twitch page, there's a button. There's nothing really in the Discord, because I don't know, my brother's got quite I've got to figure out Discord stuff. But like, you know, I put stuff in there. I'm trying to make a game, so I occasionally just put stuff about my game in there. Also, Dad's got a YouTube channel, which also doesn't have one of these things. It's like I didn't think ahead. What am I going to be playing next? It's difficult to know. I have different tracks for what I play, right? So this is an adventure game, point and click, and I think I'll be trying to finish a game called they just re-released it. So specifically that game before it does that, or it might Ghost Trick, which I think I'm like 70% of the way through, but I've been trying to only play that on Mondays, and I'm going to be trying to do games on certain days of the week again, streaming wise. If you're watching this from the future, then you know it goes up when it's finished, generally. Although this, I was just confident I could finish it, and I started uploading it. But yeah. Ooh, oh yes, Beyond the Steel Sky. That's a good idea. I did add Steel Sky to the list of stuff. However, I'm not going to go straight to other point-and-click games, because Loom is a game I'd also want to play, because they, you know, Monkey Island and Loom logically follows, as does Sam & Max, the Sam & Max series. But I'm going to hold off on them for two reasons. One, because I want to finish a bunch of games before starting more, and I'm starting a new track. I'm going back to my Spooky Thursdays, Fright Thursdays, Thursday night Fright and Fright, whatever, where I'm going to be playing Silent Hill 2, which I'm halfway through. I just took a break because people don't tend to watch horror on. I'm interested in the fact they made it 3D, So yeah. I think I'm just at the bowling alley and Silent Hill 2. But I'm starting a new track, a Thursday night horror game and survival horror and sort of action track, as it were. Have a look at these special thanks. So there's a really good video. I can't click on my YouTube right now. Let's hide that, thank you. There's a YouTube channel that has this like hour-long... Oh, what's it called? You know what? I am going to have to click off screen. That's really annoying. I don't want to do it yet. I'll tell you what, I'll talk about it in a second once it's done, because like I can't really cut out the screen. I think because it goes small if I click off. Basically, there's a YouTube channel that did a sort of retrospective on the Monkey Island series. Because one of the things he says in that is that they invented the word cutscene. Like the first cutscene wasn't in Monkey Island, it was in Pac-Man, because it's the wacka 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 at the start. But like they didn't have an industry term for it. And Monkey Island had the first, because it was made by like Lucasfilms. They had an industry term for like the what it was. Now, of course, it's owned by Walt Disney. Make Monkey Island films, you cowards. Nobody cares about Pirates of the Caribbean, and it logically follows anyway. Anyway, in that video, it's a really interesting 1 hour breakdown, but he manages to track down like the disc, like the MIDI as it comes out the computer. Somebody's recorded it, and like just managed to pierce a sort of old memory of mine. And I was only thinking of that because it just like hit me really hard, that tune, hearing it like coming out the PC speakers. And I was thinking they probably should, if they should have ended this game with a MIDI song to harken back to the first game. But yeah, it's still Sky. Oh yeah, I've got to finish Crisis Core as well. Because I want them to make more games. I mean, they can, obviously. If this sells well enough, then, like, you know, there's nothing stopping them from just making as many as they'd like. Guybrush, Wally, and Elaine do sound older, but like they're 20 years old. Let's take this off the screen. I don't know if it's going to keep me out. Or if there's going to be like a silly one last scene. I hope this did well though. Alloy. It's called Alloy. There we go. Something's been added to the scrapbook.
Hey, want to see my Mighty Pirate scrapbook? It's filled with my adventures. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be a mighty pirate. In the old days, you became a pirate by completing 3 trials to prove your worth.
There you go, they show me.
Treasure hunting is important for any pirate.
Yeah, so that puzzle there, you get a t-shirt that says, I did the 3 trials and all I got was this dumb t-shirt.
Mastering sword fighting was more a matter of wits than agility. This is when I met Elaine, the love of my life. She was governor at the time. The test of thievery involved breaking into the governor's mansion. The security was heavy. Things took an unexpected turn while I was working on the 3 trials.
Yeah, so they're meat hook.
Elaine was kidnapped and taken to Monkey Island by the nefarious ghost pirate LeChuck.
They did talk about meat hook.
I scraped together a crew. Carla, Otis, and Meat Hook joined me on my voyage to Monkey Island to save Elaine. My first ship was the Sea Monkey. I bought it at Stan's used ships with a letter of credit that I, sort of falsified. LeChuck thought he was in love with Elaine. Monkey Island was a steaming volcanic mystery, covered with jungle and not found on any map. On the island was a gigantic monkey head statue with hidden catacombs underneath. There were some people living there who claimed to be cannibals, but I think it was just a show for the tourists. LeChuck's ghostly ship was anchored in a lake of lava hidden beneath the island's surface. I met an old castaway there, Herman Toothrot. He and the locals wrote a lot of indignant letters to each other. The monkey head opened with a special key that you stuck in its ear.
So I literally just played through this entire series, so it's been really fun.
I made it to the church.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Hey, Monkey. We wound up back on Melee Island for the stunning conclusion to my first big adventure. I made it to the church just in time to stop the wedding. Or so I thought. I defeated LeChuck, and he basically exploded. By then, I had learned that ghosts like LeChuck are vulnerable to root beer. Just trust me, it works, okay? It turned out Elaine already had everything under control. How does she do that? It was the beginning of something magical. These are from the time I went to find the treasure of Big Whoop. I met my good friend Wally, who makes maps, and I stole his monocle. Good times. I met my good friend. The map to the treasure had been torn into 4 pieces, which, let's face it, is about as piratey as it gets. The mysterious voodoo lady at the International House of Mojo taught me to make a voodoo doll, which came in handy more than once. Elaine always seems to know when I need her. Again, it came down to just me and LeChuck at the end. He was using magic, but then, so was I. One time, Elaine got turned into a statue. Well, LeChuck was behind it, of course. That guy never gives up. The fact that he turned her into a statue tells me LeChuck doesn't really love Elaine. He thinks of her as furniture. It was around this time that I met Murray, the allegedly all-powerful demonic skull, after a rousing sea battle. I got buried alive. I erupted a volcano on purpose. There's not a lot I wouldn't do for Elaine. Things backfired on LeChuck because Elaine and I got married when it was all over. Game, set, matchmaker. This was a great day. Though in retrospect, we shouldn't have had the scumbar handle the catering. I wrote a great haiku for the wedding invitation. I don't know why you have to have candy-coated almonds at a wedding, but apparently you do. That's either Elaine's wedding veil or my handkerchief. We got them to match. Elaine and me together forever. The daggers are symbolic of cutting through troubles, I think. Oh man, this was that crazy time LeChuck teamed up with an Australian billionaire and tried to use a mystical talisman to make Elaine his bride. The ultimate insult wasn't really ultimate, or even an insult at all. Or was it?
It was a bit of an insult, yeah.
Everything started because they thought Elaine was dead, so they held an election to replace her. LeChuck and I battled it out on a grand scale that time. I made a goofy monster out of prosthetic body parts. It didn't help with anything, but I had fun doing it. Then there was the time I accidentally let loose LeChuck's pox over the entire Caribbean. Or so it seemed.
So yeah, one of the things that surprised me is that there's actually loads of references to this particular game, the Tales.
I had to wear a hook for a while. It came in handy.
Like, it basically ignores everything from, oh damn, you can't go backwards, or I'm not pressing the right button. I wasn't pressing the right button.
Then there was the time. The death card doesn't usually represent literal physical death, except when it does. Morgan Le Fay betrayed me, even after we bonded inside a giant manatee. I should have trusted her less. I went on trial for my life on 4 separate charges. I defended myself, of course. Love did win out in the end. Oh, here's that voodoo doll from the end of my Big Whoop adventure. I defeated LeChuck with this. His leg came off as easy as tearing a loaf of bread. These are from the time I found the secret of Monkey Island. I started my voyage at the Scumbar, but right away I could tell it wasn't going to be like old times. In some quarters, my reputation was a disadvantage. I learned more than I ever wanted to know about mops. The new pirate leaders were focused on sacking and pillaging, but plunder stats aren't everything. I made the unusual decision to join LeChuck's crew as a way to get to Monkey Island. Serving on LeChuck's ship was an interesting experience. I grew to like the crew. I forgot all about looking like a zombie and starting a mutiny and seizing the ship. Gullet was my supervisor. Not a very pleasant guy. I got thrown off the ship, but that was okay. I'd gotten as far as I needed to. My disguise held up great, right up until we were nearing Monkey Island, when it, there was a failure. The actual return to Monkey Island was not what I expected. We all thought the secret would be on the island somewhere. Elaine and I rebuilt my old ship, the Sea Monkey, so we could sail back to Melee. Everybody had a map, some more useful than others. I learned some deeply personal things about my nemesis, LeChuck. The temporary pact I made with my enemies turned out to be about 5 minutes more temporary than I had hoped. It was a race to get to the secret first. I hunted down all 5 golden keys. I wonder if I was supposed to keep these. LeChuck teamed up with Madison, but that was never going to last. Madison was scheming to betray LeChuck. Lila was scheming to betray Madison and LeChuck. I'm not sure Trent ever thought very far ahead. Whitey Bones told me all about the golden keys. Elaine had a lot on her plate, but she was with me in the end. Carla handled earthquake relief as best she could under the circumstances. I broke Stan out of prison. Wally was kidnapped. the voodoo lady disappeared. I unseated the reigning queen to become the last queen of Bermuda. I visited Herman Toothrot in his cozy hermit cave. I managed to recover the secret, but then LeChuck stole it and took it back to Monkey Island to open it.
Okay, so I may have missed some of these little ones because I didn't realize, like, drawings counted.
We chased LeChuck back to Monkey Island again, and I tracked him down. Someone had devised a series of themed pirate monkey puzzles to keep out the unworthy. Elaine held off Flare Gory while I went into the monkey. I made this mock-up of the final puzzle. I think it's pretty neat. I found Wally. Oh, shoot. I wonder when this fell out. Wait, what's this?
June 18th, 2020. Development won't start for another month or so, but we've been thinking about this for a while. It seems like a good time to jot down a few thoughts and then stash them away as a sort of time capsule message to our future selves about what we're setting out to do with the return to Monkey Island. Who knows, we might learn something. Monkey Island has historically been a reflection of the lives of the people who made the game. The Secret of Monkey Island was about a young person setting out to pursue an exciting new career. As designers in our 20s, that's what we all were. The sequel, LeChuck's Revenge, was in many ways about the difficulties of making a sequel, or at least about what one does immediately after something that felt like a great success, but went unnoticed by most of the world at large. Many years, 20, later, after Guybrush had gone on a couple of adventures with other teams who would have their own hopes and challenges, we set out to make Tales of Monkey Island as a story about trust. But it is... okay. Oh yeah, of course, because Tales would have been made with some of the same people. And it is, but what jumps out most... what? And it is... oh, sorry. We set out to make Tales of Monkey Island as a story about trust, and it is. But what jumps out the most for us is it feels like a story about grown-ups. Because that's what we were. Many of us in our 40s by then, with children and lives and a lumpy encrusted layer of experience. We are well into our 50s now. We've had a lengthy careers. We've made a lot of games. But Monkey Island still defines us as a certain... to a certain degree, or at least in the minds of many, we are those guys who made that game a long time ago. And it feels like there's some unfinished business there. When the opportunity arose to come back to Monkey Island, we're pretty much on the same page as to what we wanted to do. Guybrush, like us, is older now. He's had a long and reasonably successful career, but he is mostly associated with something that happened a long time ago, and that feels unfinished to him. The game is a goofy pirate adventure, the same as always, but it's also a story about trying to recapture the past. I'd noticed. With all of its alleged youthful strength and glory, Guybrush will both succeed and fail at this. He will sort of get what he wants, but it won't be what he expected. I predict the same for us. And that's Bond Gilbert. And I wish I don't know who that signature. The other guy, I've forgotten his name, I'm sorry. Note to self, get more paper for the rest of my adventures. There we go. Well, it's going to be easier to cut this in two now, but it's going to be very weird. Thank you very much for watching. That was our return to Monkey Island adventure. I've been the Johnstruct. See you next time.